Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel for the very last part of Let's Build a Row of Terraced houses. This might just be my new favourite of the entire series, and I'm going to tell you guys why. This is the end terrace number 5, and this is the home of Joyce Gunnery, who is an elder sim, and she's just a mean old lady that harasses the sims that live in the other houses in the street, and basically is just a mean old woman in a nutshell. And I wanted to make her house reflect her personality. I wanted to make her house sort of dark, dingy, dirty, covered in hideous patterns, because I think we see too much of perfect in the world of The Sims 4 on YouTube. In all the Sims series, in fact, it's a little bit too perfect for my liking. I think a little bit of imperfect perfection might just be what we need, and by that I mean I think we need a little bit of clashing patterns. We need a little bit of variety. Do you know, I built 4 houses so far, and I think they've all been nice and pretty and quaint and whatever you might think, and I wanted Joyce's house to be just a hideous array of patterns and colours and clutter and mess, because link below because I'd love to watch, but I have never on my YouTube browsing days seen a video where someone's made a house like this, and yeah, I just thought I'll go with it, and I tried to make it as hideous as possible. That is the goal. So it might not be for a lot of you. A lot of you like seeing perfect little homes, and that's fine. I like seeing perfect little homes as well. So if you're not into this sort of thing, then you're gonna hate this build. But it basically is just a mess. The bathroom is downstairs because when terrace houses were built, bathrooms weren't a thing. Indoor plumbing wasn't a thing because they're very old houses. So when this house was first built, there was no bathroom, and then bathrooms were added on downstairs because having plumbing upstairs was really difficult, and downstairs bathrooms became a thing. So the bathroom was added on downstairs, and Joyce moved in, and she never paid to have the plumbing moved upstairs. There is no plumbing upstairs at all. So that's fine. That's fine. I'm not against to downstairs bathrooms. A lot of terraced homes have downstairs bathrooms. I'm not opposed to it. So yeah, I'm just doing the kitchen. It's a galley kitchen. It's a similar sort of layout to the single mum's house, which, by the way, Joyce does not get on with because, you know, it's Joyce. Joyce hates children, and she just hates everyone. Joyce is the sort of person, she is very smart. You can see by the decor in her house, she has a lot of random objects in her house because she's a very smart lady. She's very logical, and in her heyday she worked as a scientist, and she was a very, very good scientist. She was the best scientist, and she unfortunately did not do well with her success. I mean, in my opinion, this is all my opinion of course because it is my channel, there are 2 kinds of successful people in the world. The first is people who are successful and they're gracious in their success. So they are good at something, they've been recognised, you know, you're very good at whatever it is. I just jump into next door randomly because I downloaded some new curtains, but hey-o. So, you know, the first type, they're good at something, they're recognised for being really good at something, and they're gracious in their success. Being successful is one thing, but being gracious in your success is a whole other ball game. Very few people can be gracious in success, and I think there's no point in being successful if you're not going to be gracious, if you're not going to help people who maybe aren't as good as you, but you still need to treat them with respect, and you still need to, you know, help people up instead of push people down, is what I'm saying. Joyce was not that person at all. She was big-headed and obnoxious in her success, and she thought everyone should work for her, not with her. She was very, very mean, and she refused to cooperate with people. And now the result of that is that she's become an elder and she has no one and nothing. Because all that success counts for nothing when you're an old person, an elder sim, and you're on your own and no one wants to know, because in your youth you thought that you didn't need them and now maybe you do, and it's too late. So it is a bit of a sad story with our Joyce. But she is very eccentric, and that's not a bad thing, but she scares people, I think. So as you can see in her dining room here, she has an out of order ATM randomly in her dining room. She has tons of boxes full of files, a quill, just a whole bunch of random stuff. And you want to see the spare bedroom upstairs in a minute, guys, because it is just full of stuff. Because Christ knows what Joyce has hiding in this house. I bet when the day comes and she does pass away, the people who go through this house, because obviously it'll have to be emptied and it'll have to go up for sale again, and when that day comes, someone's going to have to go through this house and they're going to find a whole manner of secrets, science secrets, and what else tucked away in this house. It's full of stuff. So I understand this might not be to everyone's taste, and I respect that, but The Sims 4 is just fun. Look at that telly. Do you remember, guys? Like, if you're the same age as me, if you're nearing the quarter of a century age, you guys probably will remember tellies like that from your youth, where they were just a giant box telly and they were never opposite the couch. They were always at a corner angle. So that's what I went with Joyce, because I thought she would have never moved on to a flat screen. She just wouldn't. And the living room is like, I have relatives that are relatively relatives that are quite old, and I've been to their homes and they are a little bit like this. They just have tons of decorations and ornaments and things that I think are hideous but they think are nice, or maybe they just don't care anymore, I don't know. But that's the feel that I was trying to that's what I was trying to go for with Joyce's home. It's never really been updated because Joyce just doesn't care. Joyce just doesn't give a shit. No one comes into her home. That's an urn. She's got 2 urns. And to be honest, I don't think Joyce even knows. Yeah, I don't think Joyce even knows who's in them urns, to be honest. It could be anyone. It could be past neighbours. So I'd watch out next door if I were you. It could be past neighbours that she's murdered with a poison. No one even knows what's going on inside these walls because no one's been inside Joyce's house. Now the back garden I love, and a lot of people probably will hate, but I think it's just amazing. I was going for Joyce doesn't care, and her garden is messy. It's overgrown. She has no desire to mow the lawn. Why would she? Her garden is just covered in overgrown grass, which I'm putting in now using the Move Objects cheat. It's just overgrown, like a lot of gardens are. And you know, it goes back to the perfect imperfection. Yeah, it's messy, and yeah, it doesn't look good, but so what? Look at it, it's just dirty, filthy, overgrown grass everywhere. There's old rusty watering cans amongst the grass. There's a flagpole. No one even knows where that flagpole came from and why she put it there, but it's there. So now I'm moving on to upstairs, and I'm just going through and again picking out some lights and then again some sort of hideous decor. I was literally scouring through looking for horrible clashing patterns and colours and all kinds. That was the theme of this house, and I think I like it. I like it a lot. Remember, guys, perfect imperfection. So the pink room is the master bedroom, and Joyce thought it was girly and cute. Maybe it was girly and cute in the 1950s. I'm not sure about now though. No, it is girly and cute. And she is the only sim to have kept the upstairs fireplace. The other houses, maybe not the Sims that live there now, but Sims that lived there prior to our Sims have ripped out the upstairs fireplace because I believe in the 70s and 80s the trend for fireplaces was long gone, and the modern thing was to not have a fireplace or a chimney breast. So a lot of traditional homes have had the fireplaces and chimney breasts ripped out at great expense, which in my eyes is a massive disappointment. It's so sad, and a lot of homes, they couldn't afford to have the chimney breast ripped out because it costs a lot of money to have the chimney breast removed. So a lot of homes have had the original fireplace removed but still have the chimney breast. The house that I live in has a chimney breast, no fireplace but a chimney breast. Because you got to remember, back in the day when these houses were built, there was no such thing as central heating. So homes relied solely on fireplaces for heat. So all the bedrooms would have a fireplace, all of the sitting rooms would have a fireplace. It just was what was done. And back in the day, your coal would be delivered to your house, and that's why a lot of terrace homes have the back alley, which can, you can access the house around the back, and that's because the man who delivered the coal used to come around the back. Interesting fact of the day. So the coal would be delivered to everyone's home, and that's how people would heat their homes before gas central heating was a thing. So back to my original point, Joyce is the only one that's kept the upstairs and the upstairs fireplace. The others have had those removed already, and I've been on a CC shopping hunt since filming this, and I've downloaded a whole bunch more fireplaces because I love fireplaces. When I see a home that has an original fireplace, I'm literally so excited. I think it's beautiful. Love original features in homes so much. My dream house would have tons and tons of original features. I'm all about that. So this is the master bedroom pretty much done, just adding a few finishing touches, and then moving on to the back bedroom. The back bedroom doesn't have a bed. It's where Joyce stores her manner of things that she has collected. So wait until you see how this room ends up. It is crazy full of junk. Literally everything that Joyce has collected over the course of her life is stuffed into this room. You've got award trophies that she probably won years ago for science achievements, and no one even knows really what they're for anymore. Joyce probably doesn't even know what they're for anymore. And she's one of them people that is a duffel bag full of cash, because Joyce is one of them elderly people who doesn't believe in banks. She believes in keeping her money in the house, and that's where she keeps it. She doesn't have a bank account. She keeps it in that bag there. So yeah, fun fact again. And I'm just trying to go through the items that you can have in a home. Look at that baseball bat. That's amazing. And a flamingo. Yeah, there's just a whole manner of stuff, and Joyce has just piled it in this room. She has no desire to clean it. She just wants it all shoved in there randomly. And some of you guys might absolutely hate this room and think it's awful, and it is awful, but I love it. I just think it's Joyce. And I bet there are houses up and down the country that have rooms just like this. Hoarders, friggin' look at her knives on the wall. She's crazy, honestly. Christ knows what Joyce will do. Joyce is capable of anything, literally anything. So then I thought, hang on a second, I have not put any science equipment in this room, so I rejig the whole room around to fit the chemistry lab and the chemical analyzer, because I think Joyce might just want to finish off next door. You know, the athlete that lives next door that's always throwing parties that keeps Joyce up at night. Yeah, Joyce is not about that life. So I think she might want to conjure up some sort of potion or some sort of chemical mixture to finish him off once and for all. So I had to put the science equipment that come with Get to Work, I had to have those somewhere in the house, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out in the end. And I'm going to do a sort of short let's play with this row of houses, and we'll have to see what Joyce does, because she is capable of anything. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time, and bye for now.